Guys, we're gonna talk about a very interesting custom room for the MeaTool devices. Right now, WaveOS was one of the best ever custom rooms I've ever tried on MeaTool devices like Redmi Note 9s, Redmi Note 9 Pro, Redmi Note 9 Pro Max, and Poco M2 Pro. Finally, a competitor is here in the market called Project Radiant, which was basically known as a Nezuko OS. I made a video on Project Radiant some days ago. For that, it has a very interesting and unique UI right now, but still it was not available for some of the devices like MeaTool device. So it's officially available right now. The things you already might know about these AOSP ROMs, that you get same kind of UI, some features, and etc etc. Let's just talk about the default things first of all. In the terms of theming etc or quick settings panel, we have almost same kind of things. It comes with the Android 12 theming, which I got talk about later on, and the default launcher is not the Pixel launcher. It has icon pack support for you, it has the app locker support for you, which is something really interesting. Hidden and protected apps, you can customize icon pack. I have applied a third-party icon pack and I tried that, it was working perfectly fine. I'm using the Pixel icon pack right now, which has no issues at all. So yes, things are pretty much interesting. You can definitely give it a try on your device if you want to. This looks quite good. This is a hidden and protected apps option. Developer options are also present for you. If you want to give it a try, you can. And in the terms of quick settings panel, you have normal tiles options present. It does not come with the FPS tile option, unfortunately. If you don't need it, then it might not be a big issue. Radiant Extra is the thing where you get some customizations for you, like theming options, miscellaneous, lock screen, quick setting icons, and tiles and status bar, etc. Miscellaneous includes the Monet theming, which is just great actually. Monet theming, it's basically Android 12 style material theming. It's already present here. Status bar options, of course, some status bar customizations are present. You can customize the VoLTE and Wi-Fi icons. If you want to customize, if you love to customize these things, then this might be a good choice for you. In the terms of theming section, you can customize the status bar icons, you can customize your lock screen, you can customize the fonts and bit of things here. In lock screen, you can customize the things, only gestures and bit of things, not major customizations. Animations looks quite good. Status bar icons I've already shown you. In the terms of theming section, in the terms of font engine, what I saw, the one of the best thing is that it has the font engine, which is supported in all the apps. So yes, it's something really interesting. Also in the terms of performance, because the performance is what actually matters, real performance is what actually matters, but still the CPU throttling test does not say the bad things right now. It is saying the truth that no CPU thermal throttling detected, and it's almost same like WaveOS also has interesting things. Performance was quite great in that, and so as in this Project Radiant, the performance seems to be very interesting. When I'm using it sometime, I didn't got any kind of major issues. In the terms of DRM related things, as it has L1 support or not, you can see it has L1 support. So yes, everything what you need in a custom ROM is already present here. I just love this custom ROM till now. It's just one of the stable builds out there. And also yes, one of the major things to keep in mind is the safety net status. It's also passed no issues in safety net status right now. I don't think so I need to show you the safety net status in all custom ROMs, because every custom ROM right now has a safety net status passed. Of course, you need to hide the matches from settings, and else you're good to go. Other things in the terms of camera section, you get the Google Camera Go edition is what you get pre-installed. Google Camera Go edition has some extra things. Of course, it's far more better than the normal SnapCam, but it's up to you. Everyone has their own opinions. If you don't like it, so you can simply use other Google camera modes available for you. You have the option to use the normal Google cameras, Google Camera 7.123, Google Camera 8.123. But if you still don't want to use the Google camera, then ANX camera might be a good choice for you. That's also present. I'm using the ANX camera from some time. This ANX camera, the ANX camera version 190, does not include any kind of major bugs. Almost everything seems to be working. So yes, you should definitely give it a try if you want to install this. These are the things you get here, and in the terms of settings and UI, things are basically same. I already shown you. Let me show you the battery backup here. As you can see, battery right now is showing me 49% and more than 2 days left. I'm using from last night. I didn't got any kind of major issues. Active drain is approximately 5 to 6% per hour, which is something really interesting. I can easily get the battery active drain or screen on time with more than 12 hours. So this is all. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. Link is in the description. Have a nice day.
Over the edge, feel like I'm floating through